What up, y'all? It's Araneae Storm checking in for the Mercury sign series. We just finished up Mercury in Sagittarius, and we're going to be moving into Mercury in Capricorn. So for those of y'all that are checking in for the first time, once again, my name is Araneae Storm. I am a Cosmic Rootwork astrologer. I specialize in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. So if you're interested in booking a reading with me, you can hit me up at araneastorm.wix.com/info, and you can find me on all social media at Araneae Storm. So if you're coming in for the first time and either this is your Mercury or you want to learn a little bit more about Mercury in Capricorn, or you know somebody who has a Mercury in Capricorn, then you've come to the right place. Mercury, I feel like out of all the things that we talk about just on a base level, and we go through like our big three, and then we talk about like our Venus sign, and we talk about our Mars sign, I really be feeling like, you know what I'm saying, Mercury kind of gets left on the back burner. And I feel like we should really explore Mercury in a deeper way, because, and this is, like I said, this is general, but I will go into Mercury, especially in its connection to Egyptian astrology in the future. So just stay tuned for that, because I feel like it's just such an essential part of who we are. I mean, your whole natal chart is an essential part of who we are, but specifically our Mercury, because it's the way we think and it's the way we communicate. You know what I mean? It's our day-to-day communication. And I really do feel like if more people got a sense of what their own Mercury sign is, and also for the people that they're intimate with, and just their friends, family, partners, whatever the case may be, if you got a better sense of how they communicate, I feel like things could be a little different. You know what I mean? We would be able to get a level of understanding of each other on a deeper level, you know, beyond the sun sign, definitely. So, you know, Mercury being its communication to spirit, you know, especially with the Egyptian gods, you know, it was like the communication through spirit. So when people are like, I feel like spirit is speaking through me, or I'm channeling, this is mercurial energy of the messages being channeled through the gods, through your inner god, through you, through your vessel, through your body, through your throat chakra. You feel me? So you know, this also rules short distance travel. This also rules your, you know, family members, your brothers and sisters, and things like that. I mean, like I said, I'm going to get deeper into Mercury, but this is just a general. You also want to check to see what's aspecting your Mercury, because like I said, this is a general reading, but there's also different things that kind of play into this energy. So, yeah. That's that. So let's get into it. So when Mercury meets Capricorn, what does this energy do? Well, first of all, this is a very, very serious nature. Very serious nature when Mercury meets Capricorn. Very get shit done attitude. I even thought about this as I was writing. It was just like this mob boss. You know what I mean? Like Tony Del Vecchio. You know what I mean? Please, sit at my table. You know what I mean? Like, sit at my table. And Capricorn's in there like, so I heard you wanted to do business with the big bosses. Please, do you want any spaghetti? You know, any meatballs? Go ahead, serve my mens. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very mob boss kind of energy, big sauce zaddy energy. You know what I mean? Very thorough energy. You know what I mean? When you leave in Mercury in Sagittarius and you get to Mercury in Capricorn, it's like, all right, I have my sights set on this thing. Mercury in Sagittarius, I have my sights set on this thing. Now, when you have Mercury in Capricorn, which is cardinal Earth, it's like, all right, we have these ideas, we have all these things that we want to do. Now we need to put them into motion. We need to, you know, cardinal is kicking things off. It's the starter energy. So, you know, Mercury in Capricorn is more reality based. It's not so idealistic as if Mercury Sagittarius, more so to speak, or Mercury in Pisces, so to speak. It's like, all right, well, how are we going to get this thing done? You know what I mean? Like, how are we going to do it? It's very step-by-step processes. It's very traditional process of like, all right, this needs to be in order before we can get to this. You know what I mean? Versus like the goal being in mind, and then let's like work backwards. No, the Capricorn is like, we need steps. This isn't gonna work. You know what I mean? We would talk about like this, the energy of like pessimism in a sense, and it could come off as pessimism only because I feel like sometimes Mercury and Capricorn is just thinking of like reality based stuff, and if it doesn't work, it just kind of cuts it off. It's just like, nah, it's not gonna work. Nope, it's not gonna work. We need reality based. We need tangible results. We need concrete foundational results, and if it's not that, then we can't use it. So that's very much so Capricorn energy. Is very reserved in nature. This is not the type of energy that's just gonna really go up to you and start a conversation. It's not really here for like small talk. Yeah, it's just not a small talky type of sign of like, oh yeah, so you know, how are you doing? How's the weather? It's just like, no. Get to the point. What do you need? What do you need? What do you want? All right, cool, bam, boom, out of here. You know what I mean? Very much so practical. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to emotions, not to say that Mercury and Capricorn doesn't understand or reason, but it's just, it comes from a more logical standpoint than anything else. So, you know, it definitely speaks with authority. And a lot of people can feel intimidated by this energy because it does have a very authoritative kind of presence about itself, and the way Mercury and Capricorn thinks about itself and kind of interacts with other people. Very purposeful. You know what I mean? Like when Mercury and Capricorn talks to you, they talk to you with a goal in mind. And for some people, it can be like, oh, you know, maybe Mercury and Capricorn just want something out of me, but really, or trying to get something out of me, but it's not, I don't know if it's necessarily that per se. I just think Mercury and Capricorn is just like a no bullshit energy, and it just kind of likes to get to the point. It doesn't like to go through all this. It's not a beat around the bush kind of energy. It's just like, all right, what do we need? All right, let's do it then. Like, I don't know why we having this conversation. It's like, oh shit, cat. Very Saturnian, you know what I mean? Very Saturnian. It's been here before. Very old. You know, this is the type of energy where you could have older spirit guides or older ancestors, or ancestors that have been here before, spirit guides that have been here before. So it's very wise in that type of energy. Also, I've been talking about in the rest of us, most, not all, but some of the mercurial signs that I've done, like to way to recharge this energy from Mercury. Definitely for Capricorn, I'm going into like green, you know, places that have a lot of green, a lot of grass, a lot of trees, even in the mountains, because we're talking about the goat here. So being somewhere where there's fresh air, there's greenery, so you're able to kind of recharge that throat chakra energy, your mind, your mental energy. This can also be a very you know, when Mercury and Capricorn speaks, this is also the energy of like the voice is very, because like I said, it's very aged. So they have an older, like maybe like, not necessarily say an older voice, but they just have like a wise older man or older woman. So, you know, this is the type of energy where it might sound like, you know what I mean? Like this is older. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. I'm recording. So I'm just cracking a little bit. 1 second. My bad, yeah. But yeah, so that is definitely that energy. I forgot where I was. Authoritative speech. Oh, voice tone. Very baritone, or just low tone, or just very serious. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like where Cancer, Mercury in Cancer probably has like a soft or high pitched tone or soft energy. When it speaks or when it talks. Mercury in Capricorn is a little bit different than that. Sticking with the script. Definitely when it comes to Mercury in Capricorn, it just likes to stick to it. You know what I mean? It's very hard for Mercury and Capricorn to get hit off their path because they're so like razor focused on the goal. They're so razor focused on like what they need to do next. This is easy also too. I know it's cardinal earth, but it's easy also for you, Capricorn, to get burnt out because you can get so consumed in your work. You can get so consumed in, you know what I mean, making moves. Like, this is the energy of like, if you have all this shit on your list to do and you don't get one of them things done, you just flipping out. You just pissed because you're like, well, I put this down for me to get done and it's not done. Why is it not done? It's like, yo, chill, Cap. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's always tomorrow. Like, it's okay. It's always tomorrow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you blessed to awake, you know, or be awake tomorrow and move about your day, you know what I mean? There's always tomorrow where you can get those things done. So, you know, find some time to, and we're charging to chill, to really be able to build yourself back up in that way for sure. Getting to the point, mob boss shit, fact checking, making sure you're getting it right the first time. Mercury in Capricorn does not like doing things over and over again. It will in order to perfect those things, but this is the type of energy that likes to get things right the first time, so they don't have to backtrack, and so they'll make sure that they go all. Yeah, they make sure that they will go all the way. You feel me? To make sure that they get it right the first time, so they don't have to go back and do like busy work and do things again. Step by step to the goal. Calculated risk. This is another thing for Mercury and Capricorn. Mercury and Capricorn is just like, I'm not about to, like, Mercury and Sagittarius will take a like just a off the whim type of risk. Mercury and Capricorn, hell no. Hell no, they're not doing it. You will have to literally be pulling teeth for them to be able to kind of step outside their own comfort zone and do something that they not necessarily never done before, but something that doesn't involve risking, you know what I mean? So it's very calculated when they move. Like, all right, well, if I don't do this and this, then boom, boom, boom. This is very much so energy of like having a plan. So like, okay, so if plan A don't work, we need to have a B, C, you know what I mean? A, B, C, B, C, D, you know, F, G, you know what I mean? That's very much Capricorn. They don't just have one plan to go with and just hope that, you know, it manifests into, nah. Capricorn is like, we need multiple plans just in case this don't work, then we can go with this. You feel me? Yes. Pessimistic, I did put that. Versus, you know, somebody like Sagittarius before you is like following their intuition. You like to know the facts. This is very earth energy. You like to know what's what, where it is, where it's coming from, how it is, what it's going to do, where it's going to be, how it's going to be projecting into the future. Like, you like to know that shit. You know what I mean? But I think for you, Capricorn, Mercury and Capricorn, I feel like don't get so fixated on how you want things to be or how you want things to go that, you know, if they don't turn out like that you're like freaking the fuck out. Because, you know, I think the fact that you have a plan and you know kind of how you want things to go is enough. But I think stressing it to the 10 and then things not working out the way you want to, I think it's only putting more stress into your mind and your spirit. So just do what you can on your part, and Spirit, Mercury, Cancer, Spirit's going to make sure that they are doing, your opposite sign is going to make sure that they're doing what they can to make sure they kind of meet you halfway. Because you're good for it, especially if it's like you dedicated to it. You good for like going for it, you know what I mean? Going for bros, cardinal earth. So definitely that. Seeing beyond the obstacles and the brick walls. So we talk about this pessimistic nature of like, if it's too many obstacles, if it's too many, and I feel like this can vary because I'm not Capricorn. Mercury and Capricorn is not necessarily saying like if they see too many things, they're like, no, fuck it. But I just feel like on the other side of that is like, y'all can see all these obstacles or see what's not going to work. And instead of sticking to it and figuring out a way to maneuver, because it's always a way. It's always a fucking way. I don't give a damn. It's always a way to make this shit happen. You'll get so stuck on the fact that it did not work in this way that you'll be like, all right, fuck it. This isn't going to work. And you might not even really be saying fuck it to the whole entire project. You might just be so in or stuck in this one thing that's not working that you don't it can be hard for you to get out of the energy of movement again. So I say that to say, like, you know, like I said, have your plan. You like that. You like to be, you know, kind of have it all laid out for you and things like that. But just know that if it doesn't work out that way, then that's okay too. You know what I mean? Being able to see past the obstacles, being able to see past the things that are laid in front of you and find another way. You know, if there's a brick wall in front of you, maybe, you know, instead of looking at that brick wall and cursing the, you know what I mean, cursing a wall, you know what I'm saying, you build a fucking ladder. You get a ladder, you tying some strings together, building like one of them, you know, flimsy ladders and climbing that bitch and jumping over. Maybe you know, create some type of thing that you can throw it at the wall and it blows up and you can walk through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many. Or maybe you try to find a way around it, you know what I mean? Or swing a rope around it and you know, hopefully it latches on. I don't know. Shit. It's so many things. So just keep your mind, being able to keep your mind open to the possibilities of more things that can get you to where you want and get you to where you need to go. Definitely. Get around people. Yeah, you definitely need to have a friend group and a friend circle of people that's not so serious all the time. And when I say that, I mean people that are playful, people that kind of loosen you up a little bit. I feel like if you just around all these like serious people or people who just take life so seriously, I feel like it'll be easy for you to really get depressed when you're just taking life so serious, because life is not always having to be serious. Sometimes you just need time to just detach and just be and let go and have a good time and things like that. And I feel like you need people that kind of put you into that mode of like relaxation and being able to just breathe beyond the stuff that you know you focused on, you know, and support you through that also. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, like you going kind of hard, like just chill, you know what I mean? And people that can say that to you for real, you know, without feeling like if they gonna say it, then they gonna feel like you're not gonna fuck with them anymore, you gonna go off. And no, you need people who can stand their ground, because you definitely have a powerful presence, and I feel like people can get intimidated by that. And what you don't want, Capricorn, is a bunch of yes men around you. You don't want that. You just don't. You don't want a bunch of yes men around you. Everybody just agreeing with you, and you know, everybody just saying like oh yeah. It's like, nah. And I'm not saying and also what you don't want is a motherfucker just talking down or dissing the shit that you know you trying to put out. I'm not saying that, but I feel like it's just a healthy balance of people who can meet you where you at, but also have an element. And not to say that you're not. It's just that energy, your mind is getting so, you know, your mind getting fixated in like this seriousness of the world, and people that can actually come around that can kind of loosen you up a little bit. You feel me? Definitely. Effective leaders. Definitely we talk about tradition, you know, establishing traditions and creating legacies, creating this is definitely like, for me, I'm not a Mercury in Capricorn, but I just think about this energy of like, as for me, aside from astrology, I'm also an archivist. I am an archivist for Black lesbian women in our histories. And so I feel like this is the energy of Mercury and Capricorn, is being able to preserve and archive and, you know, tell stories of the past, and how that connects Mercury in Aquarius, how that connects to our future as we move from Mercury and Capricorn to Mercury and Aquarius. And so I feel like that could be definitely something. And I'm not saying you have to do it on a grand scale, but if you choose to, that's definitely something that you can do, like learning about practices of preservation and, you know, things like that, or anything that has to do with historical text, or, you know what I mean, politics and government systems and things like that, and just traditional holidays, learning about, you know, just different things of why we celebrate these things, or why, you know what I mean, just things like that. I think that would be dope for you. Taking old ideas and being able to formulate them into a new innovative way, Mercury and Aquarius as we move to Mercury and Aquarius. So being able to understand the old, or the before, the past, the history of those things, and then being able to be like, all right, well, this has been established, and how can we move forward into the future? Mercury and Aquarius, Mercury Pisces, definitely. And then, like I said, you're able, because you are an effective leader, you're able to delegate. I just feel like for y'all, definitely just don't get so caught up in delegating, in a sense of like being so authoritative, but being able to kind of let go and allow people to do the things that they are best or have strength in. You know what I'm saying? Allow people to do them in the best way possible. So yeah, I think this is the Mercury and Capricorn video. We're gonna be moving on to Mercury in Aquarius, and then we're gonna close it out with Mercury and Pisces before we move into the Mars series. We're gonna move into Mars, and then we're gonna move into Venus, and then I'm gonna start talking about aspects in astrology, a little bit about the birth chart, and then I'll finish through. As we're doing that, I'll be finishing through the rest of the outer planets as well. So y'all, it's Araneae Storm checking in, checking out. Like I said, you can find me on all social media at Araneae Storm, and you can hit me up also on my social media or my website at araneastorm.wix.com/info for personal readings. So I'll see y'all soon.